Alright, we are making a sip of water, and we're good. Is that Aquafina, bro? Shout out to fucking Per Aqua. Wait. What is that? Oakland Springs?
Poland Spring.
Oh.
Oh.
Welcome to Dinger number 2.
Welcome to Dinger number 2, where we are sponsored by Oakland Springs.
And Per Aqua. Agua water. And, yeah, I'm here with, my boy. My favorite boy. Sorry, other boys. NobleKB, aka Kevin. Or
Hello.
GG Easy Kevin. As according to his
Hello, viewers.
Twitter handle.
Hello, viewers of Dings in the Bando. It is nice to meet you.
And
It's a pleasure to be a part of it.
if any of you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the title of the podcast, you can shove them up your ass. Anyway, people know who I am if they're watching this video. So, who are you?
Well, my name's Kevin. For security reasons, I'm not gonna give anyone my last name. I am a graphic designer slash competitive esport player. I have been designing ever since my sophomore year of high school. So, how many years has that been now?
How many years has that been? What accent? Were you trying to do an accent?
No.
It sounded like you were doing like an Eastern European like grandfather accent. You're like, how many years has it been since I did the graphic designing?
Anyways.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 20.
So
I am 20
it's like
years
5.
of age.
I'm like 5 years.
Like 5 going on 6 years. So, I have been designing for about 5 or 6 years. I am now. I've worked with past brands such as Team Allegiance, the LA Gladiators, the Overwatch League team, Straight Rippin'. If any of you are Halo fans watching this, you'll know that name. And most recently, I am now the creative director. So I am in charge of all creative operations at a new esports team startup called Low Key Esports. And we've been doing very well. We started in January. We just hit, or not just hit, we're about to hit 2,000 followers. And we have acquired some top teams in some very big games. And I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, I noticed you guys picked up like was it a South American Rainbow Six team?
Yes, we have a Brazilian Rainbow Six team, and then we have a Brazilian Overwatch Contenders. Overwatch Contenders starts in about 2 days.
So they're like high profile amateur teams. Like nobody in the spotlight a lot.
Yeah, especially our Overwatch team.
That is
our Overwatch team consists of about like 85% of our team is members of the Team Brazil team that represented them at the World Cup. Like the Overwatch World Cup, not the actual soccer World Cup.
I understand, yes.
But yeah. At Lowkey Esports GG on Twitter if any of you are looking to see the graphic work that I've
I'll put it. Any links we talk about, there'll be a link dump in the description. Any stuff we talk about, there'll be links. Disgusting. And then in the description. So yeah. So I've known you or known about you since 2016. It's 2016.
Yep.
The reason why I say I've known about you is because me and Kev met each other at one point and we didn't know each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so we met. Do you want to tell the story? I mean, you could probably tell it better.
Okay, so I started competing in Halo 5 at the end of 2016. And the first event that I even knew about was the first St. Louis UGC event. I think it was the end of October in 2016.
Yeah, that was the same for me.
And I just started playing Halo 5. I literally just bought an Xbox, just bought Halo 5 just for this event because it's like literally 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
So I get together a ragtag group of people that don't play Halo 5 anymore. And they actually quit like the week of, honestly. Like they were like, no.
Like, this game's not for me.
So our first match was against a team called... What was your team called? Spoiler alert.
Wait, your first match was our team?
Yeah.
In Control.
In Control. A notorious org in the Halo 5 community. They've always had a team. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
we were their first team.
Who was on that roster? It was you?
It was me, Donnie, or Avenged. Me, Avenged, Ozarts, and then we were supposed to have Atomic Bomb, but he, due to personal reasons, wasn't able to make it to the event that weekend, so we picked up Mike Fathom the night before.
Honest to God, back then, a good roster. Back in the day. Okay. And I single-handedly...
We were online warriors.
Dude. And I'm pretty sure I remember sitting down for that series and just blacked out. It was over so quickly. I'm not even kidding. Like, it was like... I don't know if you guys ever competed at events before, anyone watching this, but when you're playing, like, you're obviously trying to win. Like, you're, like, calling out hard. There's a switch that happens during a series where you're like, this is over.
This is over.
And I think map 1...
And you kind of just autopilot.
Yeah, map 1 is like, I look to my left, look to my right, I go, this ain't it. I'm more like mentally preparing for a losers bracket match.
I'm pretty sure the first map was Fathom Flag.
Was it? I honestly God don't remember anything about that series besides the fact that we played you guys. I mean, it didn't matter. It was over in like 2 seconds. So we lose. We shake hands and shit, and then we get knocked out 8 hours later because we had to wait 8 hours for our losers bracket match. And that was it.
Did we play you guys in the elimination match?
We played a team of 15-year-olds with braces.
It's even worse. Sorry that had to happen.
And we scrimmed them online and didn't like drop a map to them online, and we got 3-0'd by them out of LAN.
It's the mental, dude.
Dude,
it's
like
the LAN mentality. Like just being in losers bracket, backs against the wall. You guys were just.
Oh, I was fine.
You were fine, but your teammates were just like
absolute, as Joshua would say, speds.
Demonetized.
What is that? I don't know if that's demonetized. Does YouTube know what a sped is?
I'm sure someone does.
Fliz is like, I don't know.
This ain't it.
This ain't it. But yeah, that's all I knew about Kev for like. Did I talk to you for any of like 2017? Or even like, cause you didn't compete anymore after that. Really? Did you?
No, I did.
Did you go to another event though?
No, just online stuff. Money was super tight, so I wasn't able to afford like round trip things.
Were you still in high school at that point?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was actually able to get the. I was like Connored for once. I channeled my inner Connor, and I did all the homework that was due that weekend for that Monday, and just did it before I left for LAN. And then, so I just stayed home that Monday because I was so tired. Because we had the longest travel day because we had a delay in St. Louis for like 6 hours because of some like it was because of like some storm. We sat in the St. Louis airport, which isn't an international airport, by the way. So it's really small.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's the worst international airport in the world. I'm not even kidding. Google Lambert International. It's a Lambert International Airport. You
That's
can
an
you can
The
fly.
airplane I flew on from there to Chicago,
Okay, so
that did not
have you
go to
been to the Atlanta airport?
no.
Okay, so anyone watching this, imagine the Atlanta airport, but just one terminal. That's Lambert International. Like I can speed walk across the entire airport in like 5 minutes, and it's so small, but it is international because
I'm amazed.
there's an Air Force base
Oh,
like
that makes sense.
10 minutes from my house. So
Yeah.
people fly in and out from like
Yeah. We left the hotel at like 9 in the morning. We got to the airport at about 9:30. We sat in the terminal until about like 4. And then our flight to Chicago from there was like an hour. And so the flight got there at like 4.
Mhm.
Our flight from Chicago to Boston 5:15. So so an hour, we get to Chicago at 5. I've never sprinted so fast in my fucking life.
You're
From
just
from
you're just thrust slide down the terminal.
dude, cuz because I looked at like the map on the arrow,
Yeah.
and I'm like looking at it, and I just feel my heart sink because I see my gate
Oh
literally
my
on the
god.
other side of the airport, and I'm just like, I look at my mom, I'm like, we're fucked.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
We gotta go. And we got to the gate somehow, and we got on. One of the pilots was late, so we
So
sat in the plane on the run for an hour and a half, waiting for the pilot to get there. The pilot gets technical troubles. Had to wait for a tech crew to get out there to fix it. Waited another 2 hours on the
on the
runway.
plane.
Yes. There's
So
no AC either.
so it's like what 8 o'clock at that point? 8 p.m. or some shit.
Yeah, it was like 8:45. We didn't take off until about 9. We got to Boston at about midnight.
Was that Sunday? Did you leave on Sunday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got home about got to Boston about midnight. I live an hour from the city. So I didn't get home until like 1 in the morning on Monday. So I was
Yeah.
I got home, I dropped my bags. I didn't even change my clothes. I just went just in my bed, and I woke up the next day at about 2 p.m. I was so tired. I was so tired. And that made me realize, I was like, wow, if I go pro in any game ever, I'm gonna have to deal with this probably regularly.
Dude, hopefully like by the time like we're sick enough at fragging to go pro, every org has their own PJ. Oh, bro.
Oh, dude.
Can you imagine that? Just rolling up to your TSM Brandon airplane. That's the ultimate,
Oh,
just hard
that's the
flex.
with the AirPods. Just, just the biggest,
Oh.
flex on the TL.
Yes, us gamers will rise up eventually. Before
Hashtag end the stigma.
before I get to the point where we actually like started talking, I want to point out to the whole world what the first DM I sent to Kevin was.
What was it?
Okay, so you know how you mentioned you're like kept competing in Halo for like a little bit after St.
Oh
Louis?
no, I know where this is going. I remember it
Like
now.
January 2018 or like late December, one of those two. I
Of
was
2017.
I was not tweeting. I was talking to with Vulcan because I was teaming with Vulcan at the time, and Vulcan's like, "Hey, like Kevin's available. Listen, he thinks you're good. Just shoot him a DM. See if he still wants to go to whatever the fucking next event was."
I think it was like Orlando or something.
So I'm like, dude, fucking bet. I've always been on a team with him. He kicked my ass at St. Louis. So I DM him.
Dude, now that you're saying
I
this,
DM
I
him.
feel so.
I DM him. I go, hey man, I heard from Vulcan that you want a team with potentially us. So just like, if you want to run scrims or run scrims or something, let me know. Y'all hear something? Bro, left me on red for like a month. I'm fucking. It's just so funny, like how close you are, like friends now. Like the first time I ever reached out to you, you just put me in the dirt.
I honestly, now that like the way you worded it now makes me feel so fucking bad. Because honestly, one, I don't even remember doing that. Two, I don't even know what headspace I was in when I did that.
Vulcan told me to DM you. Because he told me that you thought I was good.
I did. I don't know what the fuck was going on in my head, but I was just like, you know, fuck this guy. I'm not even gonna reply.
And the only thing I can think of is that you were done with Halo. At that point, like mentally, like you were just like kind of playing it just to play it.
Yeah.
And you just didn't want to like deal with it.
I think it was partially that, but also, you know how like some people, this might not apply to you, but how some people will like, they'll like see a message and like open it and like they'll think like they're doing something else and they'll think that they reply to it, but they actually didn't, and then they end up finding out that they didn't. They're like, "Fuck." I think that's what happened.
That's like
I think I was in an arena game when I like opened your message like because I was on like the respawn timer and I opened it and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, I'll just respond to him after this game," and I never did. And now I look like the villain.
To be fair, like half your DMs to me now are like, Kevin sharing this tweet with you. Kevin sent you in this video, and I'm like out. I'm like out in public, like on my phone. I'm like, I open it and I go, I can't listen. I am because the shit you sometimes send me is completely not safe for anyone's ears. I can't just whip out my phone in public and listen to something completely out of pocket. So I gotta wait until like I'm like in a safe space to like put in headphones and be like, LMFAO. But anyway, I think the first time we started talking was for some reason. I think it's not because of Vorix. It has to be. I think because
it was
because after the second St. Louis event, which you didn't go to, I became like really good friends with Vorix, and that's right. And then right after that,
I did some design work for Vorix, and then that's how I like started knowing him.
And then like he started Big Moon PUBG.
No, he started a PUBG team, and me and he left.
Oh, was it that? Was it Dat Boy first, and then Big Moon?
Yeah, he just had a PUBG team. He didn't even like have a name for it, and it was me and Donnie as a team of two for PUBG because we were playing it.
And that's right when like the amateur league started coming out, right?
Yeah, and then I don't know if Vorix got you or we got you, but we all teamed, and Vorix and I started saying Big Mood a lot, and then we ended up just coming to the mutual consensus of the four of us. They're like, we're gonna name our team Big Mood.
And that was it, yeah.
And then the rest was just history from there.
Cause the first like I guess scrim we had, it was me. It was like me, you, Vorix. I think probably like Donnie was probably the first like real scrims or matches we had.
Yeah.
I remember my first kill, like, trying to play my first kill was on Donnie. I lit up Donnie, our first team fight. Like
accidentally?
I was like, what's right here? And I destroyed Donnie. Like, the best shots I've ever hit in PUBG were on Donnie's, like, back of his forehead. And Donnie was pissed. Like, I thought Donnie was gonna lead the team right there. Like, obviously, like, we kept going.
You don't even understand. You know what? Okay. I was a duo with Donnie for 2 years on Halo. You know how many times I fucking team-nated this man?
Yo.
You know team-nated, betrayed,
yo,
just accidentally back-whacked him? You know how many times I did that? And I'm just like, dude, I am so sorry. And he just goes, like, it's silent for like 5 seconds. It's silent for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, I'm about to get my ass ripped. And he just goes, no, it's good, man.
Bro. That is like the opposite, dude. Compensate if you're watching this. Like, he was my like Donnie, but
Yeah,
like if
I love Nick.
I'm like king team nade because I'm fucking cracked when I throw nades. I'm like,
Dude,
I'm just going. So
dude, it was a ritual for me. I die, I spawn, instantly throw my nade.
dude, Nick, every scrim, Nick would like we in a Discord call. And he go, all right, guys, like we like going over like plays. He goes, remember, guys, try to save one nade per life. And so it's like you hit a good nade, they're one shot immediately. We're like, all right, but I spawn like Coliseum, nade S2 immediately, just fucking both nades up and over. And
Yep. That was our team strat. Whoever spawned, like the team's respective cave, the closest to snipe ramp, their job was to fucking Tom Brady the shit out of their snipe ramp to see who would get the kill first.
The thing is, Nick is like a super smart Halo player, like even to this day. So I always like felt bad for pissing him off, but like he wouldn't like be like, "Oh, it's okay." Nick would go, "Okay," and just keep playing. And then I'm just like, he's fucking livid.
But he won't say anything until after the game's done because he doesn't want to ruin anyone's
so the entire game I'm like, Nick, I got you. Oh, he's one shot. Nick, I got you. All right, good plays, Nick. I'm like, maybe that'll save my ass for after the game.
You're like I love you,
Dude.
I love you, I cherish you. Please don't yell at me when this game.
I was king gas in Halo because I made so many like dumb mistakes that all my compliments just outweighed all my mistakes. They're like, "Hey, Nick's pretty good." Meanwhile, I'm like -5, like doing absolutely nothing, but because I won't shut the hell up during the match. Like he must be playing pretty good, and it's absolutely not.
Dude, oh my god! I remember that St. Louis event. I remember, God. Okay, so it was
you fucking made pool play.
Yeah, we got top 16.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we got pools. We were in there with EG, Most Wanted, and
Dude, Most Wanted.
Yeah,
what a
Boom, Lifestyle, and all them.
Yeah.
Dude, our pool was the hardest. We had Fear Itself's team, Most Wanted, and Evil Geniuses.
And by the way, that EG team, I believe it was
Ninja, Roy, Lunchbox, and stuff.
That's such like a flex to have now, though. Like you playing against Ninja
before he was
yeah.
Ninja. Yeah. I beat him. Weird flex, but okay. I 5'd them. Let's get it. And I. No, wait, no, I got it wrong. No, remember how like everyone talked about how good Stellar's shot was?
Yeah.
I reversal perfied Stellar, and I killed Ninja with the sword because Ninja was known in Reach for being so good with the sword.
Yeah.
So I was just like in my head I was just like, I'm so amazing, and the game and one of our series that we won, I turn around, and I'm like, because we didn't have a coach, but I saw someone in my peripheral like standing behind us. I was like, who the fuck is watching? I was like, we're no names. Who the fuck's watching us? And I turn around, and it's just Walshy, just standing there casually watching us. And I get up from like our game. This is the first time ever meeting Walshy. And for all those watching this who don't play Halo, Walshy's.
If you don't know who the fuck Walshy is, dude, delete your YouTube account. I'm fucking livid.
Yeah. If you don't know who Walshy is, I'm sorry, but click off the video right now. But anyway, we finished the series. I turn around. Walshy looks at me.
Hold on. What the fuck just happened? Wow, my computer went to sleep. I don't know what the recording looked like, but my computer really went to sleep. Okay, we're good.
We can edit that out if need be. But anyway, we finished the series. And I get up and I shake everyone's hands, and I go back and Walshy reached his hand out to shake my hand, and I just stood there like dots just like above my head. I'm just like, is me?
Me?
Like he wants to shake my hand? And I like shook his hand, and he's like, you remind me a lot of myself when I was young. And I was just like, that's it. I've peaked.
Bro, I've never heard that story before. I had no idea that ever happened.
Yeah. He was like, he's like, you're really talented. I think you should stick to this. And I was like,
That was your last.
if only I was Archpawn and I had a lot of money, I would have been at every Halo event after that subsequently, and I would have, God forbid, God knows, probably streaming right now because Halo 5's dead. But
So was that your best Halo memory?
there's a lot of good memories from that. Believe it or not, like, despite how good friends Spartan and I are, we've never met.
I think like from the moment like I met, like I like talked to you, you and Spartan were like already like close. So I just figured you guys like
No,
knew each
we
other.
have never met in person before. Yeah, it's weird. But I met Snipe Down, I met Ninja,
Yeah.
obviously, Roy, Lunchbox, all them.
Same.
Where is it, by the way? I have a Lunchbox jersey that I bought off him.
Like an EG one?
Yeah. And then I think probably the highlight though was getting a picture of Walshy. That was insane, because Walshy was like my Halo Jesus.
I think that was like anyone's like growing up, but that was their Halo Jesus, because he was like honest to God, like the most like he was the face of Halo for a long ass time.
He was I honestly, in my opinion, for North America at least, he was the first like official like pro gamer, because he was the first person ever to get like as a video game player to get sponsored by Red Bull, and that's like
a big deal.
Especially in like, what was it, like Halo 2 that this happened?
It had to be like 2007, like at
Halo
least
3.
that, like around that year, like give or
Halo
take a year.
3.
Yeah.
You got sponsored by Red Bull, and it's like, what the fuck? That's crazy. But yeah, Halo had a lot of good memories, even though Halo 5 is.
I actually, thinking back on it, I kind of like it.
I liked Halo 5.
Like I'm playing.
Halo 5 is a good game, but it was handled poorly.
Yes, playing. If they added new maps earlier and new game types earlier and like new shit earlier, because it was literally the same game for 3 years.
Yeah.
But I just find it funny how your like Halo memories, like you like playing super good, and my favorite is me doing absolutely nothing. In the DreamHack Atlanta 2017, I think this is for like top 16 open. And I've been playing against Pharaoh's team, like Pharaoh 2 Clutch, like Impulsion. I forget what his other two teammates were, but they were like obviously like really good players, like in terms of like the amateur scene. And it was Frost Gaming. It was me, Nick, Enzo, and Steve Stormy, which is the best team I've ever played on for Halo ever. I'm so every other
like
team,
skill wise or just like comedy.
Both. Like I don't know how we were so good. Like online we were good, on land we were even better. So we're playing Pharaoh's team, and the stronghold was Eden, which was our worst game type before the event. Like it was.
For the record, I hated that game type.
Eden's ass. Eden's an awful map.
So
we go down
awful.
60. We're down 60-0 immediately. So we're just like, dude, this is fucking. We were not prepared. All of a sudden, like Nick starts going off, Enzo starts going off, Steve starts going off. And then they're like fucking screaming out call outs. Like we're coming back by like 20. We're like 20 points. We have 40 points. We have 60 points. It's tied. And the entire time, I'm blocking a spawn in red nest. I'm literally just blocking spots in red while they're like slaying out like blue plat, like over and over again. We fucking win. I think I went 8 and like 10, but that's because like my 10 deaths were like when they were on the fucking. I don't think I died during our entire comeback.
Yeah.
So we came back from 60 to 160. We got 100 straight points on them.
Jesus Christ.
I still stood my ass up and screamed, even though I literally didn't get a kill like the entire comeback.
You're like, get fucked! Technical.
There was no refs. There was no fucking refs around us for some reason. And I
They saw Stormy and they knew his wrestling past. They're like, I'm not gonna involved here.
remember I stood up and started screaming, and then I just hear someone like on my neck go, "That was sick," and like Dylan Allgood's like 2 inches behind my left earlobe, and I'm like, Jesus fuck. Anyway, Pharaoh said, "I bet you $100,000 we still win the series," and lost the series to 1-2. We should have won though.
Him saying that though made like proved that he was fucking fuming that he lost.
We lost like the Rig Slayer like 50-20 because Impulsion is the best sniper in Halo 5 history. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. And then we choked the Fathom Flag. We lost like 2-1.
Frosty just never played the game.
Who?
Royal 2 just never played the game.
We lost like Fathom Flag like 2-1. And we like choked the flag cap. So we actually couldn't beat them like 100%.
Yeah.
But we would have played like Ghostly Crew after that, and they're like.
Was that fucking what's his face?
I think at that point it was like Demon D.
Yeah, them.
Yeah, but that was holy shit, that was almost 2 years ago. Anyway, we kind of got sidetracked there. Back to PUBG.
Oh my god, yeah. I forgot we were talking about PUBG. Yeah, PUBG was very short-lived. We played like a couple events, and then.
But that's just like we were a good team though. We were like second on the ladder.
Yeah.
I'm like out of like at least like 40 odd teams. It was mainly Vorix. Like Vorix was a dawn at that game.
Vorix was so fucking good at PUBG. I don't know how. I don't know what.
I want to find that. I want to find that clip. There's one clip. It was on. I think at that point there's only one map. No, like the Arrangel, whatever the hell it's called. There's like 80 teams around us, and it's just me and Vorix alive, and I'm like calling out where they are, and Vorix is like, and he's like 2-tapping kids like a mile away, and he's like,
it was Erangel is the name of the map.
Oh yeah, and he's like just pops off, and that's like the greatest PUBG clip I've ever seen. That isn't like Shroud.
My favorite PUBG moment. It was just from a casual game. It wasn't even from a competitive game. It was just Vorix and I. It was Vorix and I playing and we were running from the blue zone, and we both got on motorcycles, and we were just like on the other side of the maps. We were holding shift or whatever it was to like hit the gas, and we were just down the road.
Yeah.
And the red zone pops up ahead of us, and we're like, oh fuck, oh fuck. We're like, but we've never been killed by the red zone, so we're like, no.
Well, no one ever dies by the red zone. Like,
yeah. And we were going through the red zone, and Vorix like slowed down for some, and all of a sudden I just hear, and I press alt, and Vorix's bike explodes, and his body just goes flying up in the air, and it says Vorix died in the red zone, and he just goes. I hear him throw his headset down, and I hear him walk away, and he goes, "Dude, fuck!"
like in the Vorix voice.
Yeah. He goes, "Dude, fuck! What do you mean?"
Oh, dude.
That was. I have never laughed harder.
Oh my god.
In PUBG in my entire life. That was the funniest goddamn clip ever. I wish one of us was streaming when it happened. It was so funny.
Dude, that game runs like ass though. There's no way any one of us can stream that game. I got like 60 FPS on a good day in that game.
It's so badly optimized.
But yeah, we played that for like at least like 2 or 3 months. It felt like. Can I say when Oregon was picked them up after we left?
I mean, there's no NDA or anything. There's Renegades, right?
Yeah, like right after we left, like Renegades hit Vorix up, and like it fell through anyway. Like even if we were on the team still, it would have fell through.
Yeah, they ghosted Vorix, but
the fact that like that's the closest I've ever been becoming a professional in any game was I was almost kind of on Renegades.
Dude, I swear to God, I am this close to DMing Spartan and being like, dude, how much money for that Renegade's leather jacket?
Bro, That is so heat, man.
I
Their merch, I love
they
just
don't
like
sell them
their,
anymore.
I just love their like aesthetic. I guess they're no, I guess it's more like the branding. I love their branding
Yeah, I like it. The like the like maroon and like gold.
because every
I like.
team is fucking blue now. Every
Yeah.
org is blue and white.
Cloud9, Liquid, Envy. It's just a different shade of blue.
CLG.
CLG. And then you got TSM that's black and white, even though fuck yeah, TSM. And then you got
Just give me some different
it's
colors. Like that's all I ask
yeah,
for.
yeah.
Even my fucking team in Halo 5, it was Frost Gaming. We were fucking blue and white.
People like blue, man.
I mean, so do I, but not every orc has to be blue. I hate it.
From a design standpoint, it's a really easy color to work with. So
Yeah.
I mean, so is black and white. That's why, you know.
Anyway, so after PUBG, we kind of go like our separate ways, like a little bit again, because I went back to Halo for a little bit, and
Yeah, and then
you
I went
played
to
a fantastic new game that just came out.
this fantastic startup Kickstarter game.
Call
some
of
of-
Duty Counter-Strike Killer.
The Slayer of Gods, the killer of Call of Duty, and the death, the antithesis of Counter-Strike. It was this amazing game that some of you may heard of, Battalion 1940. And
A game that I kickstarted for almost like $80 or some shit like that.
And let me tell you, I put about 100 or so hours into that game. It's not a lot compared to how I have like 2,000 hours in Counter-Strike. I have like 1,500 in Skyrim, but 100 hours on a game like Battalion is enough for me to come to the decision that that is the worst fucking game I've ever played in my life.
I have 13 minutes played. It took me 13 minutes to like
You played one game.
and I like got my settings right. I was like playing like, no, this ain't it.
You
And just
got your settings right. You played one game. You're like, this game blows.
Oh man, they're still around though somehow, kinda, maybe a little bit.
Clinging to life.
And there's a major update coming out soon. I think in March.
All three people that are excited for it.
Yasha, the developer, and the best player in like the ladder in 2017 or when the fucking year it was.
God, I've never met. Dude, okay.
But that is that when you met like Kiro and all them? Was through Battalion, or did you know them before that?
No, I knew Kiro and Ryan through, or Valdius through PUBG.
Okay.
Towards like the end of PUBG when Vorix and all them stopped playing. I met Avery, I met Riley, I met Ryan through PUBG. But all of us, minus Avery, went to Battalion. And we were good at it, but
And there's like 10 teams.
that and also the fact that the game was just awful. Friendship disclaimer for those who are a little softer than most. Yasha's the most gatekeeping motherfucker when it comes to that game.
All right, I'm gonna just leave that right there where it lies. So when was that roster? Was you I guess
It was
I guess it's
me.
Norakami. Is that his name now?
Yeah,
it was fantasy back then.
Yeah, fantasy. It was me, Nick, Riley, Ryan, Vor.
Not the same Nick from Halo. We know like 15 Nicks.
Yeah, we know a lot of Nick. And then I stopped playing. I stopped playing Battalion because the game sucks cock. And then
Okay, that might get me demonetized.
just bleep it. The game is bad. The game is really bad. Don't play it. If you have it, uninstall it. Anyway, you played Halo for a little bit longer, and we started talking again, or really we talked like off and on.
I just didn't want to play Battalion basically.
Yeah, and dude, this fucking fucking zit, dude. I swear to God.
Well, I don't. Well, now you're just pointing it out on camera. What if no one saw it and they're like,
No,
well,
man.
now I can't not look at it.
Everyone sees this. But anyway, we talked, and I guess like we both expressed interest in competing again in games that we had played before, which i.e. is Counter-Strike.
That was the weirdest. That was the weirdest way to say that, by the way.
Well, because I don't know if you addressed it in your first episode that you played Counter-Strike before Halo. Okay, yeah, so I played Counter-Strike before Halo. You played Counter-Strike before Halo. We didn't know that until we explained it to each other. And then we were like,
Fuck it.
let's do it. And
I don't really know like what happened. We just kind of like asked.
It was a trip.
We asked around. We didn't end up getting a roster. It was you, me, Polyak, the IGL, Don.
I love him.
Yeah, Polly's so fucking funny.
Aside from you, and then and in his own way, compensate, and then like Vorix and Donnie. Fucking Polly is the funniest person I've ever played video games with in my life.
Dude, I don't know why, man. It's just the shit that he says is just... He can say anything and I'm crying laughing.
But it was you, me, him.
Archball!
Saying bad wall. Tamed CS. I don't even know what role he played. He just played the bot.
He played, I'm gonna kill every round and die immediately. So if you ever played Counter-Strike 4v4 before, we were probably the best 4v4 team in the world. Because Archball would get a kill, get traded, and just lean back like...
I was probably the best fucking pistol round player in open.
You were. I don't understand. Like
you messaged me multiple times in matches too. You were like, I remember I was like this fucking team. I swear. And
dude, every scrim would just be me and Kevin just in Steam chat, just going.
like those EDP videos that I sent you, like.
I have had it. I'm going in.
I'm going in, bitch.
I'm going in.
I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of being a bitch. I'm tired of being a sorry, sad ass fucking organization. But dude, I would win 1v4s, 1v3, literally 1vx anything. Pistol round, I'd win that shit. Nick told me multiple times, he's like, you are the best pistol round player on our team and one of the best that I've played with. You win so many rounds that we shouldn't win for us. And I'm just like, and in my head I'm just like, don't let it get to your head, don't let it get to your head.
Because we like only scrim Mirage for some reason.
I don't know why.
And you played Daddy B apps. And you would sit on the van and they would come apps and you just go and it's like Fortnite.
Yep.
And the last guy's the lurk. And I'm just like... Oh.
And then they would get like the kill like A ramp or whatever.
And I'm just like, okay, sure.
Yeah. It's like, guys, I hear them apps. And then I peek and just... Dead. 4K.
However...
Or they would rush A. Archball would wide swing from under Palace. Insta-die. Not even a trade, just die. It would be up to... I think it was Polly. Polly was holding A.
No,
right?
It was me, Jordan, and Tane play rotator.
Okay, so I was hard B.
Playing A with Jordan was the most frustrating experience of my entire life.
Okay, so I was hard B, and you guys would like have like a huge fight, and then it would be down to like a 1-on-2 or like a 1-on-3, and they'd get the bomb plant, and you guys, not you, but Archball and Jordan would be talking about just what they did wrong and just like what to do for next game, and I would like turn on my mic and be like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to play. And and you and Polly, I think it was Polly that said it first. Polly was just like, in his like Polly voice, he's like, I believe.
He goes, I believe. I
I
believe.
believe. I trust. I trust. I trust the process. And I'm just like, I'm slow walking CT, and it's just like one dude just one dude under palace
Bro.
swings on me.
The USP one tap sound is probably the cleanest sound in any video game ever.
Yeah.
Just that the feeling of doing it and like the sound it makes is just so.
And then the
Yeah.
and you're just like, I'm so, and then you would go like, last one's jungle or something, and I would just swing from I would swing from I would swing from triple box and just crouch and kill him, and I would defuse, and you and Polly would just go, oh my god. I remember pugging with you. You were the only person I pugged with on the team, because everyone else I was just like, I can't do this. Aside from Polly,
no one else pugged outside of scrims or played outside of scrims, but that's a whole different.
aside from Polly occasionally, and when he did, I played with Polly. But I would like occasionally like clutch up, and I do have one clip, dude. I'll send it to you later.
All right.
After. But it was you probably remember it. It was on train. We were T side, and it was like a 1-on-3 or something. I had the AK, and we had bombed down, and I clutch up with like hard mind games, and you just go, Kevin fucking Noble.
Oh yeah. I know that's like my go. I'm literally king gas in any video game. I'm not like one like screaming and shit. I'm just like. I'm like.
You would just like say their name in like a really just like endearing way. You're just like, Kevin fucking Noble, you're amazing, I love you.
My favorite clip playing with like you guys is that me, you, and Polly were pugging on Cash, and there's no way you remember this, but I was like Quan on A site after like post plant as a T, and it was a 1v3. I hit the 3 cleanest shoulder peek one taps I've had in my entire life.
No, I remember that.
Like it was literally like
I remember that.
1, 2, 3, and like
and the last guy was fucking Fork.
It was like the cleanest 1v3 I've ever seen, and I did it.
The last guy was like head glitching on Fork, and you just shoulder peek him, and we all just go.
Polly like screams or something. He's like, "Oh my!"
He just goes, ah!
I gotta find that clip. I haven't seen it in a long time. But that's like
it was like our first or second scrim. I had super nerves.
No, it was a pug.
No, I was thinking of a different moment.
There was no way we scrimmed Cash.
No, we scrimmed Cash once.
Did we?
Yeah, because I have this clip. We were I was holding B site. I was the daddy B player. And like on site, on the boxes, and I think it was Polly. I think Polly held checkers, but I heard them coming from B main. I threw a Molotov. I had an AK from the previous round that we won, and Polly pop flashed them, and they all just like funneled into checkers, and you're like, I'm rotating because Tamed got picked mid because he's fucking stupid, and and I just hit a 4-man spray, and you just go, the round ends, Polly goes, ah! and you just go, Kevin Noble is the fucking best.
I don't know why that's my go-to. I do that even like before I play with you. That was my go-to. But
I don't know why, but it helped. It helped because I had never. That was like my first time in a long time, like doing like scrims in a game like Counter-Strike. So I was super nervous, and like you just like doing that, I was just like, I fucking got this shit. I'm so ready.
But before I leave CS, I'm gonna point out that's when I got Yasha to coach us, and that's like how.
That is when I met Yasha.
That's how we got him in that friend group. So that's kind of cool, interesting. Like if we didn't go to CS, you and Yasha probably wouldn't know each other.
Probably wouldn't have met. I probably would have just heard his name through like yours.
Yeah. which is kind of cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's like that like the butterfly effect thing, where it's like one decision in your life just completely changes it.
Yeah.
So what's next on the?
Well, first of all, let's finish off CS. That team died.
Fell apart. Jordan was the first to quit,
Yeah.
and then Paulie left,
And then like, fuck it. Like,
and then Tame left, and then Nick and I were just like,
I don't want to find 3. I don't want to find it.
yeah. Even though you and I, even Yasha said it, we were the most dedicated people on the team. We played the most, we pugged the most, we practiced the most. We did like even practice that the other people on the team, if they practiced, they didn't do, like learning new smokes and flashes and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
We would spend hours in customs just learning all these new mechanics, and it showed. Like we would have like 100 hours plus in like 2 weeks or whatever, or like
Yeah, I love CS so much. Once
I love it too.
If I have a team, I put so much effort into it.
If I have a team in any game, I am on that game 24/7, 365 to be the best player.
I'm so competitive. I hate just not winning. It's really bad.
Yeah, I don't even know who came up with the saying, but it spread through the esports community like wildfire. It was fucking hate losing more than you love winning. I don't know who the first person is to say that.
It's a good quote though.
It's a good quote, but I don't know who the real like first person was to say that. There is another quote. It was from fucking Lionel Messi. He's like, it took me 117 days, or no, not 117 days. He's like, it took me 17 years and 44 days to become an overnight success.
That's kind of true about a lot of people too. Like,
yeah, no one really becomes an overnight success. Because you put so much time like before your actual like break that no one really pays attention to. They just pay attention to when you really like
so many like people, like especially when Fortnite came out, like people have said this before, but like every streamer that blew up because of Fortnite, they were already like popular in their own respective areas.
Yeah,
but Fortnite just brought them to another level.
Yeah, Ninja was the biggest Halo streamer.
Like,
I don't even know what Myth did.
He was at Paladins.
Was he?
I think so.
Dr. Disrespect was like H1Z1 PUBG.
Yeah, he was. I knew. What was it? Where was the Gears of War guy? Because there was a really good like Gears of War streamer that went in Fortnite.
Was that Cypher?
It was the guy that streams without a webcam. High Distortion.
Yeah.
That's it. Like all these guys like took their communities but put them into Fortnite, and that's what brought them like fame.
Yeah. It's crazy to me. Like whether you like Ninja or not, people watching this, you gotta like respect like, because many of you may not know that dude had been streaming consistently since the release of, when did Halo Reach come out?
2010.
He'd been streaming consistently since like 2010, 2011 until he just exploded.
He's streaming like Justin TV, like before Twitch is even
before Twitch even became a thing. He got the OG Ninja on both platforms, and then he worked. People may not like him, but you gotta admit that he worked for what he got, and he deserves all the success that he has now.
Not a lot of people just blew up out of nowhere. I can't even like think of one off the top of my head that just blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get into like that whole topic, after CS, we just kind of
played
that
games
whole disaster. Just kind of went a more casual. So we come even to like to this day, we still play like Minecraft, just to, like as a chill game. And
I love that game. Can we just appreciate like, not even before we even talk about the server,
It's a good game. Like chat or anyone like you love Minecraft. Don't even come at me right now. If you play
No one
Minecraft,
watching this, no one watching this has never played Minecraft. Every person watching this video has played Minecraft at least, or at least tried it.
it's
That
fun.
game to
It's
this
fun.
day still has 75 million monthly concurrent players.
Isn't really?
Yeah,
I didn't.
more
I
than
didn't.
Fortnite. More than Fortnite and Apex.
I mean, it makes sense, but like that's a lot. Because
Yeah,
it's on every
75.
it's on every platform, mobile, Switch, Xbox, even the old consoles. Like that's what makes it.
Yeah,
Cause you
Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, PC, Switch, like all these mobile, all these things. They capitalized on it heavily, and
anyone can play it. Like Fortnite,
yeah,
you have to be able to shoot people to play. Really.
any
Like.
person can play Minecraft, and they could play it however they want.
Mhm.
Um,
And we played it. We played it.
we played it.
We may not be like the target demographic for Mojang, but we take it and we just.
We were when the game first came out, maybe.
I mean, like now, like we say some, we do some weird shit in that game. I'm gonna be honest. We do some weird shit, but
Yeah.
I want to stream it. I want to stream it more, but Apex is so fucking fun.
Yeah, whenever you take a break from Apex, bang my land.
Well,
'Cause I still have to get affiliate, and
I just got money taken from my account for the server because I forgot that we still had one. I got an email from Cubetoast and it was like $15 has been deducted from your account. I go, huh? Oh yeah.
forgot that existed. But
I want to get Chris back in it too. That was really fucking funny. I want to get Chris on the podcast.
I've talked to Chris twice, and I love him.
Dude, I think me and Chris on a podcast because we'd be in person would be the funniest shit in the world.
Oh, are you guys locals?
He lives like I've known him since like first grade.
Really?
Wow. No, I've been friends with him since like first grade.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We carpooled to school together. In high school, yeah.
He's a super cool dude. I
He's
like him.
fucking hilarious.
I like him because he's one of those like really funny, but he's like one of those like really monotone funny people. Like
I just don't know what we even talk about because he doesn't like music, and he doesn't like have any social media, so I can't talk about like memes with them. But it's fun.
oh, dude, wait. Do you have do you have two monitors?
Right now, yeah,
Okay. Do you have the topics thing on your other monitor?
yeah.
All right, hang on. I'm adding a new thing. Oh wait. I don't know where my thing. Can
Well-
I not
Can you not add to it?
make? Can you let me edit it, please?
I don't know how do you do that?
I sent you a request to edit.
I gotta go to my emails. This is so scuffed. Anyway, we can start talking about the next thing, I guess. We can skip the next one actually because you already talked about that.
No, wait. The next thing that we're gonna talk about
Hold on.
comes after Minecraft. So, just let me know whenever you authorize me.
Wait, what? Oh,
But yeah, I started playing Minecraft in middle school in
okay. You got it.
beta. All right, I'll refresh it. Beta 1.4 is when I started. I remember the version distinctly. It was a version that they added beds.
Oh, so you played before I did then?
Yeah.
For the first time.
I played beta 1.4 when they introduced beds and dogs, or wolves, and all that stuff. And dude, I was fucking hooked. I think everyone was hooked when they first started playing the game. I remember I would wake on like a snow day or on the weekend or something that I didn't have school. And I would eat breakfast, and I would do what I'd have to do, and then I'd get on Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
and it would feel like a time blink.
Yeah.
And next thing I knew, it was like 9 hours later. I would sit there for like 9 hours just playing Minecraft. But I wouldn't even realize because I'd be having so much fun because the game was so addicting.
You mentioned earlier like the whole butterfly effect thing with like Yasha and CS, like how that's how you met.
Also, look at
Hold on.
the topics.
I can trace everything like that I know like on the internet to Minecraft because when I got Minecraft, that's when I started making Minecraft videos.
My ear is super itchy.
I made a Minecraft Let's Play series, and that's how I like the roots of my friend tree on the internet all come from my Minecraft Let's Play series, which is really weird to think about.
I think it bloomed for me with Halo, but because I met most of my friends that are still my friends now from Halo. But I think a lot of my friends from school I made through League of Legends and Minecraft.
No, I just met my friends through school because I was like there. Like,
Well, yeah, that, but I was more so meaning like I was part of like the friend group that would like after school like we'd play like League of Legends together.
see, in high school, and it was instead of League, it was CS. Like we had a school team for CS. And we would literally get home and just play CS till like 10 p.m. But yeah.
See, like in a way, I'm glad to be part of like this generation where we're like of age as esports is like really growing.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, I wish I was like younger to like be able to be a part of like the growing like high school / college esport.
Dude, if I knew CS and all this shit would get that big, I wouldn't do so much shit differently. Like honestly.
Same for me with League of Legends. I never knew League was gonna be as big as it was. I played that shit for like 8-9 hours straight every day in middle school, and I was getting really good. And I think after my freshman year of high school, I stopped playing it for like 3 years, and that's when it like really just exploded. And obviously, I wasn't like guaranteed to like be a pro, but like imagine like
you never know.
Like if I didn't stop, if I just played the game, because I started playing in like season 3 or something. It's season 9 now, so if I just never stopped playing up until now, God knows where I'd be. But you know, I like the games that I play now. So, and I'm currently thank God it's February, by the way. I remembered this the other day. No, because I'm saving money to get a Switch. I'm gonna start playing Smash for fun. And if by some grace of God that I'm good at it, I'll compete in it. But yeah, glad it's February. So it's the shortest month of the year, so I get paid early. So yeah.
There you go.
But
so I guess we'll go to the next topic that Kevin added on his own volition, and it's about how I don't know why you added that because I thought we already had a good fucking line going, but we can talk about how.
I mean, if you want to do it later, we can. I just put it there.
I feel like we need to take a break from.
Okay, we can take a break from
video games. So,
okay.
So
we can take a break. So I'll copy those.
I kind of want to talk about music stuff right now, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
So me and Kevin have a very similar, I think, taste in music. If you watch Digger 1 on my channel, you would know that are you still there? Oh yeah. You literally did not move. I was like, holy shit, you're frozen.
I could be a sniper. Never move.
If you watch Digger 1, you know like a sense of my music taste. Like Kevin and I have a very similar affinity for similar artists. That was a really weird sentence. Anyway, so What are you listening to right now, Kevin? What are your like albums you're going to right now, or
Um,
artists, I should say?
let me open my Spotify.
Because I know one album that fucking dings in the bando. Oh shit, he's leaning back.
Hey, I'm reaching for it. I noticed that your first dinger was about vinyls, so
It was about vinyls.
I just had to whip this bad boy out and flex for a second. But
If you don't know what that is, Kevin, explain. This is your moment to tell the world about
ah,
that artist.
what is there to say about this musical genius? I No, but truthfully though, I think he's a musical genius.
He's good. He's talented.
Um,
Underrated. I think he's really underrated in terms of like people like.
Slightly, because he's starting to really gain traction. But when did I started listening to him? Let me search Spotify.
Was it before Human Condition came out, or was it right when the?
Yes, it was.
Have you said his name? Have you said his name yet?
Jonathan Bellion. I love him so much. He is my favorite music artist of all time.
Oh really? Like 100%?
Yeah.
Wow.
I started listening to him in 2014.
I think that was before.
The Definition.
So it was before the Human Condition, right?
Yeah, The Human Condition came out in 2016.
Wow. So you're like an actual fan. Like if I was like a Twitter stan, like you're clear. You clear
Yeah,
the fan.
I would have security clearance to talk about John Bellion the way I do. Dude, like there's something about him that I'm trying to remember what the first song I ever heard from him was Run Wild on the album The Definition. And that just all the samples and all the rhythms and all the individual instruments that he includes in his songs, which by the way, all the samples being himself, his own voice that he individually records and then just adds into the song. And some instruments, I saw this in the making of one of his songs.
Yeah, he has videos on his channel where he it's literally like a documentary of him making his
making of insert song name here.
Yeah.
And it's like there's some in his songs, there's some moments where it sounds like it'll be like a snare drum or like some sort of like cymbals or a triangle or something like that, but in reality it's his voice. He makes like a noise with his voice, like a beatbox or like a clicking type of noise, and he just like really distorts it to make it sound like an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even, I like him not even because, or not even just because of his ability to create music, but also just like his raw knowledge of music in general, knowing what instruments work with which flows and tempos work with what, and also his personality. He's super humble. He's super funny. And he's really, despite like blowing up, he's super like in touch with his fans, and he still owes it to all his fans for all the success that he had. Because at the end of the day, he's talked about how he's just some kid on Long Island in his basement making music for fun, and he never expected himself to be as big as he is now. And yeah, this has been a wild trip for the last 5 years, seeing his growth and just all these albums. Because each album he sounds different.
Yeah, like
and
his newest one, like your vinyl, is like really.
It's all over
so
the place.
technically dense is a good word for it.
Yeah. The Human Condition is my favorite album though.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously heard. I'm like most people. I heard All Time Low. That was the first song I heard by him. But listening to that, I was like, holy shit! There's a lot going on in this song. And that made me like go to his actual album, and I think Guillotine is my favorite one by him.
80s films, he is
80s films from like a production standpoint is insane.
Is incredible. Also, I like him because he has like really like subtle messages in all his songs.
Yeah, he does.
It's all like most of his songs are all they all somewhat tie into something that happened in his life. Like I, Robot on The Human Condition's about like a really bad heartbreak that he went through during his college years. And it's
No, it's very good.
it's
Like
really good.
they're very like a lot of songs are very like dancey, kind of poppy, like stuff that you can
Yeah.
like play like out like around people.
And like dance to.
But if you like
Like
sit down and
play a
like put
part.
your headphones in, you're like, holy shit, he's like talking about shit.
Yeah. And then there's some songs where you really can't play them at parties. You really gotta like sit down and just like listen to them. Like
Yeah.
on
Dude,
Glorious Sound.
I heard Adult Swim for the first time when the first album came out. I was like, holy shit! Like this dude has like Adult Swim.
Insane talent.
Yeah, like I think if you wanna if someone's watching this, I should say, and they want a song to like get into John Bellion, what would you pick? Would you pick All Time Low?
No.
Okay.
I would probably
I think Overwhelming is a good one.
overwhelm. Okay. I can't pick just one. So I'd
Okay.
have to pick probably three.
That's I did
Uh,
I did that on my podcast too. My
Yeah.
Digger one, I did 3 songs.
Yeah. So I would say Run Wild. Um so Run Wild, The Good in Me, and then probably either it's a tie between 3 songs. Either Adult Swim, Let's Begin, with Rock Marciano and all them,
Hmm.
or Conversations with My Wife.
And those are all like, except for like conversations, those are all like deep cuts too. So those aren't even like his popular shit. So
Yeah. But yeah, my just like you, obviously. I think this is one thing that really helped like our friendship really like grow as big as it has, is how like similar we are in music taste, in the sense that we have a really diverse spectrum of music that we listen to. Like I'll listen to rap, like I like Drake, I like Kendrick Lamar, I like them. I'll definitely listen to them when I get the chance. But I also definitely love people like John Bellion. So I love like rap, I like hip hop, I like R&B, I like rock, I like I absolutely adore alternative rock, so like Linkin Park, contemporary R&B, like those like really deep subgenres.
pretty much like everything besides like country.
Metal.
And do you like country shit too? Like some country?
Like some country songs. It has to be it's really specific. But I don't like death metal or heavy metal or any of that stuff.
I
I'm really
appreciate
not.
I appreciate like the technicality of it, but I can't
Yeah.
listen to it.
I appreciate like the talent that it takes, because obviously I've listened to literally I'm a diehard Linkin Park fan, so I know, obviously I'm familiar with like the screaming.
Yeah.
Obviously there's really not many people alive or passed on that are as good at like the whole screaming thing as Chester was. And so in that sense, I can really appreciate the musical, like you said, technicality and effort that goes into metal and death metal and all that stuff. But personally, for me, I just can't listen to it. I can't really sit down and just be like, I'm gonna listen to Cannibal Corpse today. I can't do that.
Something I mentioned in Dinger 1 is that I think a lot of like good music is just like happens because the singers or rapper or whatever, their voice matches the instrumentation well. And I think what made Chester so great and what he does is that he matched his voice to whatever like Shinoda made, like instrumentally. Like it's, like the screaming sounds like it belongs. Like I can't listen to a Linkin Park song without the screaming. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Like One Step Closer, if it was like, "Oh, I'm about to break," you gotta fucking.
You gotta scream it. You gotta scream it. Or what is it? Or Breaking the Habit.
Oh, dude, I listened to that song like 2 hours ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was on shuffle.
It's a great song. I love that song.
That little bit after the chorus, that like little keyboard bit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So good. It's so simple. It's so good.
And honestly, this makes me really sad because I love every single Linkin Park album. And when I say every single, I mean literally ever since fucking
Hybrid 3?
Meteora, Reanimation.
Even like the weird, even like the weird shit that they did.
Like ever since like Hybrid Theory, Reanimation, Meteora, all the way until the One More Light album. A lot of people really dissed what the One More Light album because it was a different take. It really wasn't the Linkin Park that everyone, I guess, remembered from Meteora or Minutes to Midnight or any of those albums. And it's really sad that, I mean, when it came out, I liked it. I think it was very.
It grew on me personally.
Yeah, I think it definitely took a weird turn for of all bands, Linkin Park, but I think it took a good turn. I think it had a nice sound to it, and I honestly, I'm looking at it right now. I have all songs except for one song on that album saved. But it sucks that a lot of people like really shit on that album and really like hated it, and then when Chester, tragically died, people started to be like, oh, I love that album. It was so good. And it's like
it happens with every artist too. Like I'm gonna bring up Mac Miller. People hated Swimming when it came out. Like honest to God, if you go back and read the comments when Swimming came out, people were like, "This is fucking garbage." And then once he passed away, they're like, "Oh my God,
album of the year!" Like, what?
People hated it. Like, don't even come back. I'm gonna roast myself. I tweeted the day after Swimming came out that I was mad that Mac Miller made that album. But now, when looking back on it, I'm like, it's probably my second favorite Mac Miller album. No.
Yeah.
It's just people.
Hindsight's 2020. It's really weird.
Like, the internet's such like a judge first, like push away immediately kind of place. Like, it's so hard to like make even a second impression. Because
people are so used to what they're used to. It's for some people, they don't want to change. They don't like change. They don't want to adapt to things, and that's unfortunately the case with One More Light. Even though almost every single song on that album, if you go back and listen to it, is amazing. And
it's just hard for me to go back and listen to it. I'll be honest. Any Linkin Park song, it's hard for me to go back and listen to.
Yeah, that's true, especially for me. When Chester died, dude, oh my God.
Dude, I remember where I was. Like, honest, like 100%. Is that weird?
No, I remember where I was. It was like 9/11. It was like how like your parents were like.
Okay.
No. It's because like your parents.
You're just comparing Chester Bennington to 9/11. Was that your 9/11?
No. I was gonna say no. You didn't let me finish. I was gonna compare it to how like your parents talk about like they know where they remember where they were when 9/11 happened. I remember where I was when I found out that I was told that Chester Bennington committed suicide, and I was just like, I was like, you're joking. You're
Dude.
joking. I was in denial. I was in complete denial. It took me about a day to actually, for it to like sink in. I was like, he's dead. And I went back. What song is it? Oh, conveniently called One More Light on the album One More Light. That song made me cry so fucking bad because, like I said, hindsight 2020, it's crazy to me because I kind of knew that I always knew about Chester's like struggles.
Dude,
with,
there's
drugs.
so like
There's so many.
They're laid out like on the song like perfectly.
In the songs, in the lyrics, you could literally look at them and read them. All these warning signs. Ever since like Meteora. Or like Hybrid Theory of him just like crying for help. And then like 16, 17 years later, he dies from suicide. And some people are like, oh, we never saw it coming. And it's like,
Yes, sir.
It's like, dude, you never pay attention to the lyrics? It's so tragic. Like, I know I'm a fan, and I know there's really not much we could have really done as fans, but like, I still kind of wonder to myself, like, I wish there was something I could have done, you know?
I think the only thing that you can do is like take that knowledge you took from Chester and like put it towards other people.
Yeah.
Like take it as just like an experience that you had and just like make sure that the next time, it's really a bad way to put it, but the next time it happens, you can be like, all right, I tried. It's like, I couldn't have stopped this. You know what I mean? Like, I, like, did the best that I could. Not just like, oh, I should have helped out, but I don't know. It's hard for me to put into words what I mean by that, but
yeah.
Just be kinder to people, I guess. Like, acknowledge that people, like, it's so hard to, like, tell what people...
It's not hard. It takes zero effort to be nice to people.
Or just ask them how they're doing. Just like check in.
Especially for your friends. It takes zero effort to just shoot them a message, say, hey man, how you? It takes no effort at all.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get back to a better topic. Sorry.
Yeah, better topic is.
No, hold on. I just want to say real quick. When I like an hour ago when I asked you like I know one album we both like right now, and you brought the John Billion album. I was like, I meant the Hyder Brothers album, but I meant 5 Star. But you went off on the whole John Billion thing. Like I can't stop him now.
Because you knew that train was gonna leave the station eventually, and when it left, you couldn't stop it.
Right.
And like you just like you're like, you know what album is just so good, and you just hear choo choo. You're like, yep. Well,
No.
There we go. Can't stop it. Just gotta let it happen.
Pulling in.
But dude,
dude, if you don't know about 88 Rising, then
I'm sorry.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
I'm gonna be honest, 88 Rising was my introduction to Asian like rap and hip.
And I think that's good. Like for like really the Western world in general to be more,
because there's a lot of talented artists. Not just like excluding Higher Brothers and from China and Ko from Japan and all that, Keith 8 from Korea. But like just it shows that there's a lot of really musically, especially hip hop talented artists in these Eastern countries that we don't, in the Western countries like America and Canada and things, or Europe, we don't really pay attention to them. We don't really pay enough attention to them.
right.
But they deserve just as much recognition that we give to our artists. Because these people are insane, dude. Especially seeing them live, which I'm sorry, by the way, for putting it all on Snapchat.
Flex. Just real flex that you saw 88 Rising live. Thanks.
Like I said, sorry for putting it all on Snapchat.
Bro, that was the longest Snapchat story I've ever seen in my entire life.
But man,
Honestly, just like
I never do that, but I had to because that was just like an unforgettable fucking experience, especially when like Joji came out and all them. But I think the funniest thing about that concert is when I think I told you this. I sat down and the concert was getting ready to start, and first off, I was the only white person there.
were you really?
They were all Asian.
That's honestly super cool. Like the fact that you
It
said that.
was that was it was fucking awesome. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Being surrounded like it was me and then my friend Seth. So I was the only white dude. And then everyone else was just like Korean, Chinese, or like Japanese. And not to mention they were all dressed miles better than me.
Dude, Asians dress good.
Dressed so fucking well. They all were wearing like Gucci, Versace, Supreme, Saint Laurent, like all these super just like
Dude.
high tier brands, and I'm just like
Like
looking at them.
Arshpaul would look like a poverty-stricken rat if he walked in there.
Archibald would literally look like he's wearing a potato sack if he was like around these people. But I remember that these two Chinese guys sat next to me. They barely spoke any. And when I say barely spoke any English, I mean they probably spoke maybe a couple words.
Dude, that's insane.
But
That's probably the first concert they've ever been to. Then, like honestly,
I asked them. I stuttered. I had like a little like mini moment there. I asked them. I was like, "Where are you guys from?" And they said Shanghai.
they came from.
They came from China. They flew all the way from China to Boston to see them live. And I was like, that's really cool. I was like,
Damn, these guys really digging the digging the band, no? They make some dingers.
and they were like, who are you? They said in this way. I'm not gonna say the accent because that's offensive. They were like,
Thanks.
oh, my camera quad is out of focus. They said,
Thank you.
who are you here for? And I said, I looked at them and I was like, I'm here for Joji, I'm here for Ko, I'm here for Rich Brian, and I'm here for Hire Brothers. And when I said Hire Brothers, their eyes were like,
Okay, careful here. Okay, you're good.
no. I was gonna say their eyes got so wide. Their eyes got so wide with excitement that I said Hire Brothers. They're like, you listen to Hire Brothers too? And I was like, yeah, they're awesome. They make really good fucking music. And they're
Yeah.
like, what? They were like, what's your favorite song? And I was like, probably either WeChat or Nomadic. And they were
Nomadic
like,
goes so fucking hard, dude.
or
Dude.
Made in China.
Dude,
Those three songs. And I was like, and they were like, what? But just say it.
viewers, if you haven't heard anything about Idiot Rising, listen to Nomadic by Hire Brothers featuring Joji.
It's so good.
And
God damn it.
it's one of the best rap songs in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
You will not, unless you're like Chinese or you speak Chinese, you will not know the majority of what they're saying.
I don't know.
But
I don't know
but
any
you will
any of the lyrics besides Joji's part.
But you will still just be there and you're like,
You're like,
this song's awesome.
you know that gif of Jay-Z on Twitter, and he's just like,
Where he's like,
that's
That's
literally
me. That's- that-
the entire album. It's just like the entire time. Just
it was amazing. But I told him, I was like, Nomadic, Made in China, WeChat. The whole Black Cab album, by the way,
even
banger.
the
All the way
song Black Cab and Isabel are probably my two favorites. Isabel is insane.
that whole album slaps. But I told them Nomadic, Made in China, and WeChat, and they're like, oh, my favorite song is Nomadic too, and
Yes.
I was like, I just made friends from Shanghai. I'm so proud of myself, and And then Higher Brothers, I think, was like the fourth set to come out.
How many were there total? That'd be a
So,
lot.
in no particular order, it was Ko, Higher Brothers, Joji, Rich Brian, Nikki,
Nikki's probably my second favorite. I'm not even kidding.
August '08. August '08 makes really good songs too.
He tweeted it today.
Yep.
Flex.
But and I'm also friends with or not friends, but I'm acquaintances with one of the designers at 88 Rising.
That's insane. I didn't know that either.
Super fucking sick. He's not like the creative director, but he's one of the artists. But when Higher Brothers came on, dude, these guys were legit screaming.
Did they like know the words like in Chinese?
Fucking yes, they did.
Or Mandarin. Sorry, that's kind of racist.
Well,
I think it's is it Mandarin rap? I think it's Mandarin. Has to be.
I think it's a mix.
Okay.
But I think the safe bet is Mandarin.
All right.
But anyway, Higher Brothers came out. Don Krez, by the way, the DJ, so fucking sick, dude. He's so good at getting the crowd hype. He is like, he picked up the mic and the theater went super dark. He's like, "Are you guys ready for fucking Higher Brothers?" And the guys next to me were I'm not even joking you. The crowd was silent until he said that. The two Chinese guys next to me go, "Yeah!" And I'm just like,
holy shit, dude.
And I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, I'm in for a ride. And Higher Brothers comes out. Pyrotechnics out the ass.
What was the first song what was the song they opened up with? Do you remember?
Made in China.
I knew it. It has to be Made in China. That song is dumb hard.
Dude. Literally the moment the song started, these two fucking amazing human beings were rapping perfectly to what they were saying in the language. And I'm more so, I have one eye watching the concert and now my other eye just watching them, just like, I'm just like, this is incredible. And then my highlight, though, two highlights, is when Joji came out and did Head in the Clouds, which is an amazing song, by the way. And when Rich Brian came out, Rich Brian's whole set was great. When he did Gospel...
Oh my god, dude.
He did... They inserted X's voice.
Well, yeah.
Rip X. But it was him... and it was Keith Ape. That was the most insane shit I've ever witnessed in my life.
I can't even like remotely like comprehend how loud that would have been.
No, dude. That wasn't even the loudest set. I had to take my glasses off to like...
You've done like 20 times. If anyone like watching wants to do like a amount of times Kev's like done a glasses bit, it's been like 100 times.
Where I go like that, like...
Or you're taking them off completely. It's like step one is like he's kind of impressed, and then it's like all the way is
it's
like...
because I adjust them because my headset... Oh. My headset presses the frame like into my head, so it causes a bit of a headache, so I have to take them out. But anyway, the loudest set was Ko.
Really?
Have you listened to Ko at all?
I mean, a little bit. Like he's probably like my least listened to on like the label.
You should. I'll send you some songs. You should listen to him. He's super good.
Is he Korean or?
He's Japanese. He's
okay.
a Japanese rapper. This dude, he was rapping, but he was like screaming the lyric.
Oh my god.
But the mic was like trying to do this.
The
mic was right here.
Nice. Good save.
I Yeah,
Use that.
the mic was
Use that Oregon
mic,
spring water.
the Oakland Spring.
Oakland. That was it.
The mic was right here, so it was just like super, just bloody ears, just like the whole set. But it was amazing, just all like the colors and everything. And this dude's like, he has this like gallon jug of water that he's legit just the whole, because rappers use bottles.
Yeah.
This man used a jug and just went the whole. God bless the whole like
Front row.
the front like 4 rows of people drenched. This man dropped the mic for a second, put it on and
No.
just ripped his shirt off like the Hulk and threw the tatters into the crowd. This man's covered in tattoos, by the way. This man puts Post Malone. He's got the Mona Lisa on his neck.
That's honestly like intimidating as fuck.
Yeah, he's got like a shit ton of like dragons and like other Japanese like art on his.
Let me just Google this motherfucker real quick.
Yeah, but he's got like right here, like on the trachea area. God knows how painful that was, by the way. I don't fucking know. But he's got the Mona Lisa right fucking here.
Dude, holy shit.
Do you see it?
Yeah. Wow. That's honestly kind of sick.
Dude. His music's
Dude,
fucking
he's
awesome.
literally covered in tattoos. Holy shit.
He's so sick. His music's so awesome. But and he barely speaks English. But he finished his set and he picked up the mic, he's just like, Boston, I love you, good night. And I was just like,
That is so cool.
and I was just like, fucking go, dude.
That's my dude.
He's like, I'm gonna be honest, my tweet from earlier today, I was 100% serious. I honestly, as I've recently begun to like dig deeper into like Asian hip hop and rap, it's so much more like entertaining to listen to.
Dude, have you gotten to French rap yet? I like just started getting into
No.
French rap. Dude, I gotta send you some heat later, bro. Remind me.
I've heard it, but I've heard it in like movies and shows, but I've never sat down and like listened to
There's
French.
2 songs in my playlist that are dumb hard. Man, one of them he says the N word with a hard R, and it kind of ruins the song for me. But however, the whole rest of the song, it goes super hard. Like he's like rapping and he goes, and I'm like,
You're just listening and you just go.
but then I just keep going like, okay.
You're like,
It's so like he the beat like stops. He goes like, then he goes like, that's not true, but that's what it feels like.
also, to completely switch off of the 88 Rising topic, because we both stand the living shit out of this album, we have to talk about it.
You might cut out.
I said we both stand the living shit out of this album. It was bound to happen. We have to talk about it. Trench. 21.
And I think that's a good spot to end because I think we're almost at 2 hours. I'm not even kidding.
All right, so we could end after Trench.
So when did you become a fan? When were you first like in the 21 Pilots? Because I've been in it since 2012.
Yeah, you listened. That look. You listened way before me. Trying to think. Wait.
Because I found them when the "Holding On to You" music video came out. That's when I first found them.
I started listening at Blurry Face.
Okay. Well, that was my first vinyl though. Was Blurry Face by 21
Yeah,
Pilots.
2015 is when I started listening. So Blurry Face. That's the album I started listening to. But I liked it. But
It's my least favorite one.
yeah. Trench blew me the fuck
And
away.
Matt's my favorite one.
Trench is I can't
it's
even.
the only artist I've seen twice, and I haven't seen Trench yet, but I feel like Trench will be insane live.
I honestly can't even really put into words how much I just genuinely enjoy this album, and I still listen to all these songs on repeat to the.
What's your favorite, or at least like top three?
My top three. Um, oh God, this is hard.
I know my top two. I gotta find my third.
This is in order.
Okay.
Chlorine is number 3. Morph is number 2. Bandito's number 1.
That's weird.
Bandito's my favorite song.
See, my top three in order is Morph, My Blood, and then Legend. So we have two very different top threes. We have no overlap.
I fucking love Bandito.
Dude,
Just like the intro to it, and then just like the whole.
His vocals on it are super good.
Yeah.
It's very like instrumentation.
I don't know what to call it, but you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like after he says it the first time. So you go to his verse again the second time he does it. When he says but I know that I'm going low, and like it kind of like echoes like after it. That like echo, when I first heard it, it gave me like, it sent like a chill down my spine.
It's good, man.
It's a really good song. I love like the little intro of like the piano, just like it's like very soft.
And he's dumb talented too. Like he does like almost a lot. He does a lot in the production of this album.
Fucking Tyler Joseph.
Yeah,
or,
Tyler Joseph. Tyler.
Yeah.
He's dumb talented. And he looks like really awkward. Like in interviews and stuff, he's super awkward. But then then he makes this shit, and it's incredible.
I can't even put into words how talented he is.
Also, the color scheme of this album, which is really weird to talk about, is super dope.
The black and yellow.
Yeah. I fuck with
It's
it.
unique.
I fuck with
like
it heavy. I want to get
the art, the album art.
their merch is super cool too. It's very like organic, like flowery.
Yeah.
Because the stuff with their merch for Blurry Face, I hated. It was very like teen, like edgy, like harsh cuts and stuff like that.
Fucking like Forever 21
Dude,
/ Hot Topic.
Dude, it is literally just Hot Topic shit. All the merch is like that. This one's like, it's literally like H&M, which is really funny. Like their whole new merch line is like very H&M influence.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so fucking good. I love this album so much. I'm gonna get this album in vinyl. I'm gonna get the Human Condition in vinyl. I'm gonna get the Definition in vinyl. I want to get all John Bellion's albums in vinyl, all of them, ever since the beginning.
Yeah.
And eventually, I think my goal, I want to be able to have like a hallway in like an apartment or a house where I have all my vinyls just like framed.
That'd be super dope. I did that in college in my dorm. They weren't framed, but they were up on like the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's just, I just love. You need to get like an actual like record player though.
Yeah. They're not they're not as expensive as I thought they were. So I'm definitely gonna look into it.
I would definitely get one that's like at least like $100. There's some like for like $30 that would just break on you, but I think $100 minimum would be a good investment.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to say.
I think this is a good point.
I don't know how long. I was gonna set a timer, but I forgot. But it's been, I think, 2 hours.
Yeah, it is 3:30 in the morning.
Which is, we'll have to do a part 2 with you, just because there's still topics on this doc that we didn't even touch.
Yeah.
Which I feel like would be good for another 2 hours minimum.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to say to the peoples or anyone?
To anyone who views and watches this podcast, this
Dinger,
episode,
this dinger.
this dinger 2, and if you enjoyed it enough, if you enjoyed this dinger of dings in the Bando, if you watched it all the way to the end, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.
Dude, how about that? How about this? What's the phrase to put in the comments if they made it this far?
I hit a dinger.
There you go.
If you made it to the end of this video, comment I hit a dinger.
I'll shout you out. Give you a little big old shout out.
Thank you to everybody. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed my guest appearance. Nick, I'd love to. Obviously,
This was super
we're gonna have
fun.
a part 2.
That was super fun. Honestly, that was more fun than I expected.
Obviously, we're gonna have a part 2 because
Yeah.
we have like 4 or 5 other things to talk about.
And more stuff will probably happen between then and now.
Yeah. So there might be a part 3, but honestly, I would love to make as many appearances on this as I can. I hope people enjoyed watching me and you. Obviously, I hope people.
I hope they like me. They're here. I'm not like.
Well, I'm more. Yeah. I hope people didn't find me annoying. I hope people found me entertaining. I hope people found what I had to say interesting and compelling and gripping. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, comment I hit a dinger.
Yeah, and Kevin's Twitter is underneath his face and in the description, so
Make sure to
follow and hit him up for commissions. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Have a good night or morning or whenever you are at currently. Goodbye.